Welcome to Val's Sweet Kitchen. There must be a million ways to make this tart, and I'm going to show you the easy way. So, preheat your oven to 425 and let's go have some fun. So you're going to start with the tart crust, and that's 1.5 cups of regular flour, all purpose, 1/3 cup of confectioner's sugar. This is really the perfect dessert if you have just 5 or 6 apples around your house. And then you want 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then the zest of 1 lemon, and then give that a whiz. And then take 1/2 stick of butter fresh out of the refrigerator. You want it super cold and chill, and cut it into cubes and then put it right on in. What we're doing here is we're pretty much making like a cookie crust. A shortbread crust is a lot like a cookie. And we're just going to give it a few pulses. What you want to do is you want to slice it, all that butter, into the flour mixture and get it to the consistency of Parmesan cheese. No, that's still a little too big. See, that's a chunk of butter. We want Parmesan cheese. I'm going to pulse it some more. All right, there you go. That's what you're looking for there. So now add in 1 egg and the egg yolk and give that a whiz. Just a few pulses. And add in 1 tablespoon the lemon juice, which is about 1/2 lemon. And give that a few pulses too. So then take a pastry mat and sprinkle that with some flour. And we're going to pour this onto it and form it into a ball. And then you're going to just knead with your palm a little bit just to stretch out some layers. There really is a million ways to make it, just like Americans have a million ways to make an apple pie. Pastry mats are really nice because I have an 8-inch tart pan, so I'm going to roll my dough out to the 8-inch line and give it a quarter turn every so often. That'll help you keep it round. Good. So here is a cheap and easy way. You're going to get your bottom, scoot it underneath, and then just gently fold over the edges. Lift it and put it into your pan. And you want to let the sides fall down in their own weight. Matter of fact, you can just even push them down in there. And then if you need to, go ahead and trim off your sides. Don't trim it on an angle, trim it like that. With a fork, you want to dock it. This will let out any steam that forms underneath the bottom. And then put your tart shell in the freezer for 15 minutes. That'll let the dough rest. Then fill it with baking beans. And then bake for 10 minutes, and then take out the parchment paper and the beans and bake for 5 minutes longer. We're not going to have any soggy bottoms here. And while the tart shell is baking, let's move on to the inside of this wonderful French tart. A lot of the versions have compote, which is where you chop up the apple and boil it down. This is easier. We're just going to use applesauce. You take 3 cups of applesauce and 1/2 cup of sugar, the zest of a lemon, and 3 tablespoons of rum extract, which is the whole bottle. And then on a low heat, bring that up to a simmer and reduce it down about by half. You want all the juices to evaporate. which is what you do in a compote, except this was a shortcut. And while you're simmering this, turn down your oven to 375. There you go, that's what you want, nice and thick. It leaves a distinct path behind your spoon. Add 2 tablespoons of butter and set this aside. Peel and core 2 to 4 apples that we're going to arrange on top. And I can't use my really cool gadget because we have to slice these really super thin. And I have a mandolin. I'm going to show you how. Unless you're really good with a knife, then you go right ahead. So this is going to slice them about 1/8 to 1/16 of an inch thin. That's what you want. I did make a test tart with my cool kitchen gadget, and the slices are just too thick, and they came out rubbery on top. It didn't taste very good. This is the key. It even comes with a handy one of these so you don't slice your fingers off. Now we'll take the applesauce or our easy compote and pour that right into the shell. And you arrange them the best you can. See, I think that's what I like most about baking, is because you just use your own creativity and imagination, and you really can't do anything wrong as far as decorating, I think. This is also a very forgiving tart because when we put the apricot glaze on top, it just makes everything come together and look so good. So even if you're not happy with the way you arrange your apple slices, it'll all come together, don't worry. And then bake for 30 minutes or until the apples are tender. While your tart is cooling, let's get to the glaze. The glaze is real easy. You just take 1/2 cup of apricot preserves and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Put it in a heat-proof bowl and zap it for 30-second intervals until you get it up to 228 to 230 degrees. That's the easy button. And this is the way I found to keep the mess all in place. You just take your tart and put it over a ramekin. And there you go. Oh, that's beautiful. And then just take your apricot glaze and brush it on. All on the sides, on the top. I hope you had fun today. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to boop that bell.